I like to think that I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to Pokémon. I can tell them apart, I know my types and I know my way around the gym, but this hasn't always been the case. Back when I was a kid, I was pretty stupid, and because I was stupid, I had many stupid misconceptions when it came to Pokémon. Some of which I want to share with you today, so we can all laugh at me being an idiot. And as you will come to see in this video, I really was an idiot. Stupid misconception number 1. Stat boosting moves. I feel like this one isn't that uncommon, but you know moves like Growl, Harden and Sword Stance that boost the user's stats? I didn't know what they did. I just looked at the animation and then nothing changed, so I was like, oh great, guess nothing happened, as they proceeded to sweep my whole team. I thought they were just moves that didn't do anything, like Splash or Celebrate or Focus Blast, because that move also never seems to do anything. I specifically remember this coming up a lot when fighting Vespiquen in my Pokémon Diamond copy. It got Defend Order and Heal Order, and so every time I see it getting swarmed by bees, I hate bees, I was like, oh, is this the healing one or the doesn't do anything one? And then it ended up being Defend Order and so not affecting her HP, and I'm like, yes, he wasted a turn before I attack it and do absolutely no damage because its defenses are raised to the maximum, and I'm like, what, this thing is crazy strong. And then I get one for myself and obviously didn't ever use Defend Order, so mine got one-shotted every time, leaving me confused and annoyed. This isn't fair. This guy's cheating. Game Freak, arrest this man. This probably had a lot to do with the fact that I couldn't read English back then, but even after I learned English, I was still misunderstanding things. Saving. In some games, when saving, the text will sometimes display as saving a lot of data. And whenever that happened, I would just save an extra 2 or 3 times to ensure it all saved properly. You know, it's like a lot of data. What if it's so much data that one save isn't enough, you know? I don't want to lose half my Pokemon. I got valuable teammates here, like a Bidoof and Oddish. Speaking of Oddish, I used to think this guy was like legendary level strong. See, one of the first times I got to play Pokémon was with Pokémon Stadium at my friend's place. In this game you could build your own team without having to catch or train the monsters yourself, and back then I thought rock types were really strong. Probably because they were portrayed that way in the anime or something. And so my team would usually consist of monsters like Golem, Onix, Geodude, Rhydon and Gyarados. I mean, yeah, Gyarados isn't a rock type, but I did use it a lot, so I just wanted to include it. But then one time I ended up facing a trainer with an Oddish, who just spammed Absorb, one-shotting all my rock ground types and healing itself back to full HP. That's not fair, this Pokemon must be a legendary, it's so strong. These guys? Yeah, no, they suck. Type advantages? What's that? Me being wrong? Impossible. Oddish is a god. But then once again, when I used it, it failed to do anything. I think that's another cheater. Game Freak, arrest this lass. Poison. My first ever mainline Pokemon game was Pokemon Emerald, and like some of you might know, back before Generation 5, if one of your Pokemon was poisoned, it would also take damage outside of battle. Even if it has the ability Poison Heal or Magic Guard, which makes no sense whatsoever, but regardless, every 5 steps your Pokemon would take 1 damage and your screen would do a little. But I never made that connection, so first time this happened, I thought my game was broken. This is a glitch. So I tell my mom like, Mom, my game is broken, and she's all angrily like, what did you do with it? Because she just bought it for me for my birthday. And I'm like, I don't know, wait, let me show you, but let me heal my Pokemon first, and then after I do that, I show her and nothing happens anymore, and I'm like, oh, guess it's fixed. But then, an hour later, I get poisoned again, and I'm like, oh, the glitch is back, let me show my mom, but first, I should heal, and then once again, it disappears, and she thought I was just joking, and I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm just getting trolled, it's this fucking Oddish again. Game Freak, arrest, Game Freak for trolling me. Sprites. Anyway, speaking of Pokemon Emerald, the Gen 3 game certainly had a few sprites that confused me a bit. For example, Wilmer. I thought these 2 dots on top were its eyes and those were its nostrils. So I was always really confused as to why it looked up so much. My Pokemon is down here. Wait, Why did they give Curlia such a huge ass? That was another thing that I noticed back when I played these games. Like, why did they make Curlia bent over so much? I'm totally not into it. I say as I add another Curlia to my team. Azurill is another one that had me weirded out, because instead of it being a body and a tail, I thought it was just a body with like a rubber band wrapped around it. Kinda like a corset or something. And I thought these were like its arms, because I mean Meryl has arms too, and this clearly is a Meryl and not a Wooper. So I thought it was really weird that someone would just wrap a rubber band around it. And I thought it was even weirder that it was so happy about it. Bellsprout looks like it's a zombie. Evolutions. So everyone is mistaken about at least one evolution, right? I know there are many people who used to think Farfetch'd evolved into Doduo and later Dodrio because they're next to each other in the Pokédex. I personally never believed that one, but for a time I did think Mew evolved into Mewtwo, Luvdisc evolved into Gorobis, Ninjask into Shedinja, and that Hoothoot evolved... I thought Hoothoot evolved into Ho-Oh, because they're both birds and their names are so similar. Hoot, Hoot. Oh. No. I don't know what a Noctowl is, don't look at me like that. Just look over there. There's a subscribe button. You should click it. Pretty good. Wait, where are you going? Oh, no, ignore that. That's just Candyevie's video. It's, I don't know. I totally didn't steal this video ID from her. It's a coincidence. It just looks that way, trust me. I didn't steal anything. I'm innocent. I don't belong here with these hooligans. Let me out. Hey, thank you for watching. I hope I didn't make too much of a fool of myself. Please leave your own misconceptions down in the comments below and I'll read them and I'm sure I'll have a good time. I mean, you got to laugh at me, now I wanna laugh at you. Please, I haven't laughed at anything in years. I am stuck animating in a room with no windows and I cannot get out. They are holding me